Best Laid Plans from 1999 is my VHS watch for the week. This one, I can't remember where I got it. The sleeve is pretty beat up. This is a former Blockbuster, but the tape, I gotta wonder how many times it was actually rented out and watched because the tape was perfect and it played well, no tracking issues. This one centers around two characters, Nick and Bryce, who are in kind of a dead-end town, and they are old college buddies reconnecting. When Bryce gets himself into a bit of a pickle by sleeping with a woman played by Reese Witherspoon, who he doesn't realize is underage. Things spiral out of control from there and go in directions that you are not expecting. And because this is somewhat of a mystery with a lot of twists and turns, my little plot summary there is actually just the intro to the movie because I don't want to spoil too much. And with that said, is this some kind of great movie, a hidden gem of neo-noir from the late 90s? I don't think so, but it is a cool watch. I didn't mind it. I gave it 3 stars. If you're a fan of Josh Brolin or Reese Witherspoon, it's definitely worth a watch. And it's definitely one of those time capsule movies that will make you feel cozy if you grew up in this time period. So yeah, a cool little neo-noir that doesn't wear out its welcome at about 90 minutes, and it will definitely stay in the collection. Spun from 2002 is a drug-fueled dark comedy starring many familiar faces. In fact, it came onto my radar because Brittany Murphy is in it, and the thumbnail on Canopy prominently features Brittany Murphy. The movie is about a bunch of people who are on meth or trying to make meth or sell meth, and it's a absolutely crazy movie that kind of blindsided me with how stylish it was. And because I went in blind, I had the feeling while watching the movie that this must have been directed by somebody who does a lot of music videos because it had that feel to me. And as soon as I looked up Jonas Akerlund, it all made sense to me. He's directed a few of my favorite music videos of all time, and just a few examples would be I Miss You by Blink-182, The Everlasting Gaze by the Smashing Pumpkins, and Telephone by Lady Gaga featuring Beyonce. Getting back to the film, Jason Schwartzman plays Ross, a loser, down-and-out character who's just trying to score some meth from some other loser, down-and-out characters. And that's basically the gist of this movie, is meth heads just being crazy. As a result, this movie is so wild that, in a sense, it becomes hard to recommend unless you're really looking for something like this. The best way I can put it is, if Requiem for a Dream was a comedy, you would have something like Spun. Brittany Murphy, of course, lights up the screen on every shot that she's in. And the rest of this ensemble cast you have in this movie is great as well. You got Mena Suvari, Patrick Fugit, Mickey Rourke. You even have a cameo by Rob Halford and a small appearance by Eric Roberts. This whole movie goes a mile a minute, and although there were some sequences that I felt were a little speed bump-ish for my tastes, I do love that the director went really experimental in some of the scenes. And I'll be honest, if I had watched this movie on a different day when I was in a different mood, I might have hated it. But as it stands, I just was totally with it and actually really loved this movie. And realizing the body of work from the director is a bunch of stuff that I also love just makes me like it even more. So if you're in for something that's really stylish and flashy and also super sleazy and gross but hilariously funny, step out of your comfort zone and check out Spun from 2002. Sugar and Spice from 2001 is a comedy about a cheerleading squad that robs a bank to support their captain who has become pregnant. I picked up this one on DVD not too long ago, and after watching Spun, I wanted to see more comedy stuff from the turn of the millennium. So I popped this one in and I was not disappointed. Here again, we have another ensemble cast and another appearance of Mena Suvari, along with some other familiar faces, James Marsden, Marla Sokoloff, and an especially smashing Melissa George as Cleo. A lot of people who see this movie remark on the very well fleshed out female characters, and I agree. Everything here is really well written. I like that the whole movie is pretty good natured. It's not super high stakes despite the involvement of a bank robbery. The whole movie feels pretty sweet and cozy and clocks in at a very brief 81 minutes. So yeah, this movie was just very cute and funny, and if you're in the mood for an early 2000s comedy with a great soundtrack and just the right kind of vibes from that time period, I highly recommend Sugar and Spice. And that'll do it for this episode. Thank you for watching till the end, and if you like these short movie reviews that I do, I have a whole playlist of them on my channel. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.